Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Franklin. I have a Bobcat E80 excavator here, and the problem with it is it's very difficult to start. If you crank it and crank it and crank it, it will eventually start, but as soon as it starts up it shuts down. And we're going to check it out and see what's wrong with it. Okay, let's take a good look at it first because it's got some other problems. It's got some oil leaks somewhere, but we're going to worry about that later. I noticed there's a lot of stuff. I've gotten the covers off it to see if I can find the leaks on it. But the first thing we're going to do is get it to run first so we can look for the leaks. And it's kind of wet all the way around. But what we'll probably do is crank it up first. Let's give it a try and see if it'll start. Let's see. Looks like someone's been working on it because of the ignition switch here. It's out of the spot where it's supposed to be. So, oh, looks like it's been replaced right there. Got some, but we'll start from the beginning. We'll put the key in here first. Give it a shot. Oh, drop the key. Okay. Let's check it out. Okay, it's in there. Let's crank it up. The fuel pump. I do not hear the fuel pump. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, I hear it now. It comes up for a few seconds only. I hear it. Yes, okay. We'll listen for the fuel pump first, see if it kicks on. It did kick on. It's electric. Crank it. Okay, it started. Then it cut off. But you see that? If you look at there, that's the exhaust pipe there. Let me see if we can see it from here. Now, when you're cranking it, if it's got fuel there, you will see some white smoke coming out. It's got a little bit. Okay, but it stopped. See that? That means it's not getting fuel. You should see white smoke coming out of there. That will let you know that there's actually fuel getting to it. It'll be coming out of the exhaust valves. We'll try it again. There's no white smoke coming out now. You see that, right? That means it's not getting fuel. Let's try it again. So, first thing we should do is change the fuel filters first. The pump is kicking in it, so we'll let it crank for a while. See if it forces its way through there. Okay, no go. Okay, let's take out the dash here to see if there's any warnings or codes also. Make sure it's coming on. Okay, it's lit, but it's kind of hard to see. But it should be lit up. I don't see anything there. Okay, there's a code right here. Or something right there. Okay, that's water and fuel. Okay, yeah, that's that one on the bottom right hand side. It's like a fuel gauge, but a little wave on the bottom of it. That's usually water and fuel. You can barely see it now by the camera, but I don't know what's it. Okay, let's try to crank it up one more time. See if it actually cranks. See if we get some smoke coming out. Oh, key back in. Let's try it. There we go. No. Okay, it started. Get on this time. Let's go ahead and change the fuel filters and we'll give it a shot. Okay, now to get to the fuel filter, we got to open up right here. Okay, looks like the shocks are messed up. So, I want to put a bar up under there so it don't fall on our head. Okay, it's a heavy bar too. Let's find a spot for it right there. Make sure it don't fall down. Okay, so we're gonna have to change two fuel filters. This one here's a 33722, and that's a Wix number. But we got them from Bobcat. And also, this right here is a cartridge filter. So we'll have to loosen this up, and this also separates the water. You see it has a little container on the bottom. You turn that, there's a hose, and the water comes out. Because the water is heavier than the fuel filter on top. the water's going to be on the bottom. So if you turn this little deal right here, the water comes out. And so what we're going to do first is cut it off. Turn to the right. It's off, so no more fuel will come out and it won't spill. Because the fuel tank's actually up higher than this. So if you leave it open when you take off these lines, or take off this cap, it'll just keep pouring out, or it should. Okay, what we're going to need now is a tool to remove the filter wrenches, which I don't have here. We'll get those right now. Come back. Okay, if you look at this one right here, you see this? That is the water sensor. It goes in the bottom of this one. So the first thing you want to do is take off this little connector right here so you don't damage the sensor. Now there was a light on the dash that showed water and fuel. So the water will be in this right here. The water is heavier, so it picks up the little float and makes the contact on the sensor, and that tells, and the light comes on in the dash and tells you have water in the fuel. And that'll also, the machine won't run on water, so that can also be a problem. But so what we'll do first is we'll take this off here. Okay, now that that's off, this is the drain tube. We'll lift that up, and we got to pull that off. Let's see if this small one here will work. Have this little small one here, so we got to put it under all of this stuff, and be very careful with the sensor because we don't want to damage that. This is the fuel water separator, is what this is. Okay, so we'll put it up on top there, put it over here. Let's see if we can get it to turn. Okay, yeah, it's already loose. Okay, now we'll pull it off like that. It may have been sucking air because I didn't even have to do much to it to get it to turn. Let's take it off, and there's no fuel coming out. Normally fuel would come pouring out of there, so that could have been part of the problem why it wouldn't start. It was probably sucking air there. Let's see, but we'll take it out first. Let's pull this around so we don't damage that. Oh, there's a little fuel in there. Let's take it out of there and take a look. Okay. And this piece here, see that? It's a little dirty. Got a little dirty. See that's orange, got rust and stuff. We'll go ahead and replace that. We'll dump it out. Oh my goodness. Look at this. See this? Watch this. What's coming out of there? See all that? Look at that. That's water and crap. So what I'll do is I'll take it over there and clean it with some diesel. And we'll get it back going. Then we'll put the new one in. The new filter in. Look at that. Look at that in there. No wonder I wouldn't want to start. So that, as a matter of fact, as I remember, that fuel tank didn't have a cap on it. I purchased a new cap. So that's probably what's been getting in there from the wind and the rain. There was no fuel cap on this when they brought it over. So that's probably just trash. Let me wash it out with some diesel and I'll be right back. You see I have diesel in there and I'm going to wash. Just put diesel in there. I've been shaking it around real good. Okay, it's clean. Now you see that deal right there? That little float? When there's water in there, it lifts it up. It makes that light come on. So the light should go off now. Okay. And you see this one that came out of there? And we got a brand new one here. So we'll put it just like that one was, like that. And put it back in there. Just like that. And this should have had an O-ring. I don't see it. And there isn't one in the box either. Now that is strange. No O-ring there. And no O-ring here. Let me do some research on that and I'll be right back. Okay. We'll have to go check with Bobcat on that, but for the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put it back on this one here. But before I stick it back in, I'm going to fill it up with put some diesel in it. Let's put it in from the outside, I guess. Easier. Okay. I filled it up with diesel so we don't have to prime it up. And I'll just kind of slide it back in there. And I'll check on that gasket. Normally they have an O-ring seal on there, which I checked. There's no seal in there and there's no seal on this part. But I'll have to check with the Bobcat on that, but we'll put them in there for now. I've never seen one with an O-ring seal. Seems like the new gasket, the new filter would have came with it, unless they expect you to order it separately. And there was not one in there, which is also, it's not a good seal. So it's gonna need an O-ring. So we'll leave it there for now, just to get it done, and then I'll have to get an O-ring for that, because that's not gonna work. Next will be to change this one right here. And we're going to use this one here. Okay, a little leaves here. First though, this is the new one. Okay, this is the one that came from Bobcat. It's probably going to cost a whole lot more. So I would go with the 33722, which is the Wix number, and it probably cost you half as much. But here is the Bobcat number, just in case you want to do it with the Bobcat. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to fill it up with diesel. Okay, let's put it down here for now. I'll take this one here. It's a little easier. Whenever you use this tool, you want to make sure you get the right filter, because sometimes it punctures the filter when you turn it. It's loosening. Okay, just enough to get it by hand. There we go. Wasn't too tight, but also not filled. It had a lot of trash in that separator, so that makes a big difference. And also that missing the O-ring seal. So that one has a seal on top there. The other one should have had a seal right there also. What I'll do is we'll try it out, and I'll look around and see. I should have one here somewhere that'll fit. And let me look for that. If not, we'll have to get it from Bobcat. So we'll take this one and set it over here for now. Okay. And this one, you can see I filled it up with diesel. It's full of diesel. And that way you don't have to worry about priming it so much. And we'll screw it on there clockwise. What you're supposed to do is you turn them until they touch. And as soon as it touches, you turn it 3/4 of the way more. So, it already touched, and you just turn it 3/4 of the way more. I also give it a little bit more, but some people go crazy. Then you try to get them off, and it won't come off. Let's see. I usually give them a little bit more than 3/4 of the turn, but by hand, not with the wrench, because it'll be too tight. And also leave the filter toward the front so you can see the number. Leave the number so you can see it, so you can actually get it before you take it off. Leave the number toward the front. And you want to wipe it off, and then you make sure you open it up. Let me see if I can find the seal that will fit that first, and I'll be right back. Okay, I found this one. Let's see if we can make it fit. Bobcat's the worst about that. Whenever you buy stuff from them, you got to make sure they have all the extras come with it. They probably want to charge $30 more for this little seal. That's why it didn't get included with the filter. Most of the time, those little seals come with the filter. But those guys charge you for everything. That's, of course, it doesn't have one, but it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fit that tight. It will suck air, and you have a problem starting it. We'll try it with this little seal here. Okay, let's take this out of here and see if we can fit this one on there. And this came out of my hydraulic hose kit. Let's see if we can get it to stretch out a bit. Okay, it's on there. And it's in the empty space, like that. Okay, see that little deal? It's in there. Okay. I'm gonna fill it up with some more diesel again, like it was. Okay. So I filled it up with diesel. Put this back in there. Clean it off a little bit. It's back in there and sitting down. Perfect. And we have a seal on there. Now let's put it back in there. And screw it up in there. Okay. Alright. Okay. Want to make sure we put it in straight because these plastic threads will be damaged quick. Then you gotta buy the whole thing, the whole canister. You gotta make sure you put it in straight before you thread it. You don't want to force it in there at all. Make sure it's going in straight. I don't think it is. Nope, it's crooked. Okay. Okay, that should do it there. You gotta push it all the way up first and then turn it. I don't want to cross thread it because this thing's plastic. Okay. Okay. We'll tighten up a little bit with this one, not too much. Well, you don't really need to. We got the rubber O-ring in it. Let's tighten it up, great. Okay. Okay, this O-ring worked pretty good. You can feel it set pretty good. So you want to plug this water sensor back in. Okay. Look, it's got one notch. It only fits in one way. So there we go. That's connected. Open the fuel so it can get through. Okay, now let's go up and give it a shot and see how it does. Fuel filter is full. That fuel filter is full. Okay, ready to go. Let's go start her up and see how she does. Looks like no one. Also. Now, that was a big difference. See how fast it started up? Didn't cut off. That's great. We'll try one more time, but it filled up, started up, cranked up real fast. So it was a crap inside of the water separator that was damaging it. Didn't let the fuel pass by because it can't run on water. And you see how it cranked it just like instantly. How about Mexicanos say? Ay, el vaso. Okay, let's try it one more time. Okay, so that was the problem. Starts up real fast, and the fuel and water in the fuel light went off. So we're good to go there. Okay, looks good. Let's put the stuff back together. Okay, we're done. All we had to do was change this fuel filter and this fuel filter, and it cranks up real fast, and also the water in the fuel light went off. So I wanted to thank you very much for watching this video, and please hit that like button if you don't mind, and if you like the channel, please subscribe to it, I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next video. So thank you very much for watching.